All right. So you have
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, Alumni and Blue Sky, for the opportunity to share my testimony. I always take this as a privilege, and the fact that I'm one of the successes from Blue Sky. And yeah, so I only have a very little time, so I'll talk really fast. So please excuse me. So I came to the UK in 21 as a student, as an MBA student. I already knew that I wanted to remain in the UK, and I knew that my degree won't really give me any, work experience or what I need to stay here. So from the time I came here, I already started looking for a training organization, even from Nigeria. Um, but I was looking for something specific. I was looking not just for a training program, but a work program because I wanted experience and I wanted hands-on learning. And Blue Sky was the only one I could find. I was actually the one. I went on to YouTube, I watched their videos, I reached out to them. But by the time I did, it was December. I think they had already started a new cohort, so I couldn't join. I had to wait till July. Immediately it opened again. I joined in. Unfortunately, because of a personal issues, I couldn't complete my cohort. So almost as soon as I started, about a few weeks in, I had to drop out. I felt so bad, but there was nothing I could do. So I had to join back in again. So that's my convoluted story. By the time I did, my 1 year student visa was already running out, was almost running out. I already knew that I had to basically put my head down. I knew that time was against me. So by the time I came into the program, I was gung ho. I was attending I knew what I wanted and I knew I had very little time to do it. So, yes, it was tasking. There were a lot of programs, but I attended as much as I could. I did all the work initially because um, I'm actually quite introverted. So initially I tried to stay in the background. I just wanted to, put my head down and work. But Blue Sky, the way the program is, you cannot hide. It's not possible. It came. I had to participate in a lot of the exercises, and that made me come out, present, do a lot of the exercises that had to be done. I had to speak during the scrum ceremonies. I had to do it quite a lot, and that built my confidence a lot. you know um some of the exercises they were asking us to do, apart from the work program, which was awesome. um I didn't understand why they were asking us to do a lot of things. They would say, okay, go and do a mind map, come and present all the stories you've done. Like, there was a lot of things, specific things they were asking us to do. And I didn't really understand why until the end when I had to create my CV. And in fact, he will tell you. So I used a lot of those things we were learning, a lot of those responsibilities were being given, a lot of those presentations were those things were asked to do. I used it to prepare my CV, and I already started applying. Like I said, my 1 year student visa was running out, so I knew I had to work, to get a place as a BA. So while the program was still rounding up, I already started applying, and I was told that as a BA, as a student, you can't really get a job as a BA because everyone is looking for a full-time position. But because of the training that we went through, the exercises, the prep, the way my confidence was built. Remember, I was someone that when I'm talking, sometimes I'll be stumbling over my words. I wasn't confident. I knew a lot, but I wasn't just comfortable or confident speaking. But I think by the time I started going for interviews, I went for about three or four. The very first interview I went for, I got it. And I told them I was a student, so I couldn't work for more than 20 hours. They gave me a part-time BA role. Now, I was expecting to graduate after a year and get the visa, and that's what I already told them. So once I graduate, I'll apply for the graduate visa. I'll be able to work for 2 years, and they were fine with it. Unfortunately, I couldn't graduate on time. I had to they postponed it for 6 months, and then the school now told me that they couldn't extend my visa for 6 months. So in January, my visa was running out. I was desperate. I went back to my by then I had been working there for a month. I said on the 5th of January, on the 5th of December, sorry, before they closed for Christmas break, I went to go and meet them and I asked if they would sponsor me. And they did. They sponsored me for 3 years. Now, back to Blue Sky. I finished my internship. So I got this job before I finished my internship. I graduated. There is an advanced group program because this was my first BA job. And even though my confidence had been built up, I knew I needed more support. I needed more knowledge. So by the time I heard about the advanced group, I jumped into it. Like, I asked for a discount for the internship. I didn't ask for a discount for the advanced team because I knew I needed it. I jumped in immediately. I wanted to be surrounded by there's a saying that says, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. I knew that to be surrounded by a community of successful, hardworking IT professionals was where I wanted to be. So I joined the advanced class and I continued learning. All the challenges I had at work, I would bring it there. We were working on live projects there as well. So not only was I learning and building my confidence and presenting, and so I was doing two jobs as a BA. I was doing my first job as a BA, and on the advanced group, I was also working as a BA. And I didn't mind because I was getting experience and the knowledge I got from the advanced group, it would translate to work. So no one knew that was my first job as a BA. I was just working. I would go back to them and ask them for more projects. They were giving me complicated projects. I'll come back to the advanced group and I'll share, and then people would help and they would talk to me about what to do and how to do. And then because I was in the advanced group, I was also a mentor, so I was training people. So my confidence was growing. I was getting involved in a lot of projects, and I knew what I wanted. I knew that this group had my work. They were sponsoring me for 3 years for a work visa, and if I wanted to progress, I had to progress within the group. In IT, most times people change jobs, but because my work visa was tied to my role, I didn't really feel I had that flexibility. Although if push came to shove, I knew I would do it anyway. But anyway, I wanted to be promoted to a senior role. Remember, I'm not up to 2 years in this organization, but I was still in the advanced groups. I was learning, I was working in projects, but I wanted to be promoted to a senior role. In my organization, you go from BA to intermediate BA to a senior BA. I applied for the intermediate one. I didn't hear back from them, nothing. They just told me we're not going to take it further. By the time I applied for the senior role, I just applied not too long ago and I got it. So they just told me that I've been promoted to a senior BA role. And because I have to go back to the home office to tell them that my role has changed, I also used the opportunity to ask them if they could extend my visa from 3 years to 5 years, and they agreed. So all this is because I'm in Blue Sky. Now I'm a mentor in Blue Sky. I'm a trainer in Blue Sky. I have meetings with senior stakeholders, directors. No one would know that I'm not up to 2 years as a BA. And honestly, it's because of Blue Sky. And I'm a Christian, so I'll just add this. Before I got those two roles, there were prayer meetings. People prayed for me. They helped me with interview prep. I prepped. I worked hard. It didn't come normal. It didn't just come like that. I worked really hard, but I had tremendous support from this group, and that's why I'm giving back. And I know that I'm surrounded by people who also have my back. So I just want to encourage you. I don't know what your story is, but don't let anyone tell you it cannot be done. It can be done. Decide what it is you want to do. Put your head down, work. Any exercise, any assignment, any task you're given, put 110% to it. We know you're novices. We know you may not know what to do, but the system is structured in such a way that whatever it is you need, you will get it, and you'll be able to work with boldness into the workforce, and go for your interviews, get your job, get your pay, get whatever it is you want. I just want to encourage you, please, yeah, yeah, I just want to encourage you to, get the best out of this program. It is worth it. I'm a living testimony. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
For Thank you. So I'm sure every one of you heard the passion in her voice. You made me even a bit emotional. If you heard the passion in Uzo's voice, you would not understand it as much as I would because I know the journey where she's coming from. Uzo was actually one of the shyest people on the platform as at when she started. Like she said, she was hiding and everything, but there is no how did you bring you if you like hide under the shadows, this internship will find a way to bring you out to speak, except you actually are not even ready to do anything yourself. You understand? So, but you cannot hide the way the internship is structured. So, thank you so much, Uzo, for sharing. And I also giggled when you said when you started, you had to reach out back, ask people for help for some of the things you're doing. I'm still looking for that one person that started a job in Blue Sky. I did not do that phone call in the toilet. You go to the toilet and make a phone call, save my life, call one of the mentors and all that. Those are some of the things you get within Blue Sky. So thank you so much for sharing with us also. Thank you. So we'll move to the next person quickly. So this is a seasoned. See, I'm putting seasoned there. Shego, you see, I'm putting seasoned. This is a seasoned QA with a sizzle. Shego, are you ready for a 7 minute pitch?
Yeah, thank you very much. I might not use up to 7 minutes. Can you hear me, please? Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
please, we can. Please progress.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, thank you very much. Yes, my name is Olusegun Yakubu. I'm a software tester. Yeah, let me quickly, give a true background of who I am. I'm a chemist by profession. That was before I came into Blue Sky Citadel. Have many experience working as a quality assurance, you know, specialist in multiples of the manufacturing sector back in Nigeria, and also a project manager. However, when I was introduced into Blue Sky Citadel, when I saw QA, the role for, when I saw, QA software test, like, okay, let me see if it is synonymous to the quality assurance profession I know back then in the manufacturing, but I know this keyword will be, in terms of IT. And as a matter of fact, Olawi, you said something earlier that, Blue Sky look for those that, probably in terms of knowledge, zero. As a matter of fact, during the introduction section, at Blue Sky, everything looked abstract to me. I must be sincere with you, but there's what we call determination. I was being determined that okay, I want to know more. I want to definitely, I'm not the kind of person that love IT things, but something stuck. There was something that struck my mind was like, I could remember in those days, working in the lab in the big laboratory that somebody invented most of all these big AAS machine, most of all these things, then there must be someone to test it, which is be a tester to, like, okay, satisfy that, okay, this particular, instrument is fit to carry out your chemical analysis and the likes. That's one of those things that, let me just go into this thing and look at what they do. And of the truth, when I started, I was struggling, to be honest. I could remember, when I had some technical jargons, let me put it that way, some technical terms that it wanted to piss me off that look, do I think I can cope with some of this programming language, and it looked abstract. But one thing that kept me going was that I've had the same testimony or similar testimony of people that started. I could remember the person that was tutoring or that was taking the program with us then, in person of Abimbola. She would tell you that look, I started like you guys, that this thing was abstract to me, and with there's what I was like, okay, let me just stay. After the internship program, I said no. I asked myself, have you really learned? And there's a saying that it is you yourself that can tell yourself the truth. Nobody was going to tell you the truth. I said no to myself that look, I have to proceed. And I, enrolled for the advance. That was when I was like, oh yeah, this is the done. This is not, play. Let me use that language. And to be honest, I it one thing I love with Blue Sky is that you will be it's not about theoretical aspect, it's not about theory, it's about the practical. That is what is about Blue Sky that I love most. It's a different thing to engage in theory, cram and the like, but no, you will engage in it's like 99% practical. Then the remaining 1% is you go and learn the theoretical aspect of it. And another thing I love most about Blue Sky is the organization. That means it's just like a mother eagles that carries, other eaglets. How do I mean? There are lots of mentors, a lot of bodies that you can meet in case you are struggling. People are always willing. People are always willing to help you, especially when it comes to the Saturday section, the QA section. We have forum, be it a tester or or BA or a Scrum Master. There are always forum. There are always forum that you can go to in case you need help. If you are struggling with certain things, people are always ready to help you. The same way a mother eagle will always carry all the eaglet to fly or to soar. The same thing that I really appreciate, and that has really helped me a lot. To be honest, those in the QA we know that can testify to the fact that I'm one of those that asks too many questions. Why? Because I want to learn. If I'm confused, I ask questions. And in terms of interview, in terms of the CV, I don't know what to do. I don't even know what to write in my CV. I got confused. I was being helped on how to, package my CV. This is what you need to do as a tester. This is what you needed to put in your CV. Then, in terms of, I could remember in those days, which is something that we used to doing in Blue Sky. It doesn't matter. They will tell you, look, start applying for job. Sometimes I say to myself, how can I apply for job when I know that 100% I'm not even sure of what to say? But of the truth, something kept me going. I could remember Mr. DJ will tell you that, look, those people that you want to face in that interview, is it not just on the system that you guys do yourself? Not that maybe they want to eat you. In the long run, they will tell you, don't worry, but that confidence, just like Uzo said, that confidence level, you know, start growing in a gradual. I'm a kind of person that I don't know how to look at somebody face to face. You know, gradually, it was just I was just flow. And another thing I can remember vividly, something I've never tried in my life. It is in Blue Sky Citadel for the first time that I was being told that, look, apply for jobs to more than that. I have a target of over more than 500 applications. I was like, how is this thing possible? Brethren, brothers and sisters, it is possible. We were being encouraged, keep applying. It got to a stage, even while you were in the bus, anywhere you are, you see, recruiter calling you, asking you question, oh, are you set for interview? There are times I even receive, I make interview in lead. I could remember when I was shopping, I was having a conversation with a recruiter. It's possible. However, in terms of the confidence level, it grew up to the extent that most interview are attended were just like having a child's play. When you are so confident that even and then let me just give you a testimony of how I got my job. And to be honest, I got a double job that I don't even know which one to pick. I'm talking about last year December that I got two jobs. The interview I attended was just like me having a chat with them. And for the first job, just introduction aspect of it, those interviewers too, they don't even know what to ask me again. It's as if I've seen all their questions. And no, as a matter of fact, all these things were being tutored right here in Blue Sky Citadel. That even somebody that wants to interview does not even know what to ask you because everything that they needed to ask, as if you even know it all. And I answered all the questions. Just tell me about yourself. Every of the question they have in their, in their checklist, I answered. They not look at it like, guy, we don't know what to we don't know what to ask you. It happens in the first and the second, the same thing. To be honest, I can also say that this is the right place. I'm encouraging somebody somewhere. Don't feel like, oh, what am I going to learn here? To be honest, as I've just said earlier, I'm from the chemistry background. I've seen myself in IT as a quality, as a software tester. It doesn't matter your background. Once you are here, I can tell you are in savings. In fact, this is a place whereby until you say you are tired, that is when the let me say the CEO will allow you to go. But as a matter of fact, we have thousands of others that will say we are not tired because we keep learning and learning and learning and learning. And I can also tell you that most of the real life projects that we do in Blue Sky City, there are those things I use in interview. There was an interview I attended that they had me to do the presentation. It was a real life project that we embark on in Blue Sky that I used to explain some things. They thought probably I've had over 10 years experience, in testing, not knowing that it's just few months. Let me put it that way. So that confidence came. Even the same way, the same thing at place of work. Sometimes when I hear people saying that they've spent over 33 years, I was like, 33 years. Whereas the person I'm relating to, even me myself, I've not even spent up to 2 years in software testing. So it happens like that. So I can tell you, you are in the right place. To be honest, you are in the right place, and I can see that. In fact, the sky is just not the limit, but the starting point. And I would just want to implore somebody out there that, especially for those that are looking towards, software testing, relax. You are at home. Feel at home. Let me put it that way. Yeah, the starting might look like abstract, but the truth of the matter is that you will get along. We have some recording section, some videos you can watch at your leisure time. I did that a lot. You have the QA section whereby all the QA we interact. We have a forum. When you have any issue, people are always, there's something I love about Blue Sky, the eagerness for people to assist, because they believe that once they are assisting you, they are also learning. That is one thing I enjoy about the company. And as a matter of fact, we shouldn't forget the place of prayer, which is very, very important. I don't want to waste anybody's time here, but that is my testimony, to be honest. And I believe somebody out there too will also look at it that, look, I am in the right place. Thank you, all women. And thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you so much, Shegun. So
Thank
I'm sure you
you.
guys heard him at the start when he said he will not use up to 7 minutes. Does not want
Ah,
to talk. If not of God's intervention, now. Shegun will not So thank you really so much for sharing.
thank
I'm
you.
sure you guys heard everything he's spoken about, from his profession all the way to all the other touch points he touched on. Assistance from everybody, that's your mentors, your buddies. He spoke about CV, he spoke about even the prayer application for your jobs. That 500 application, I'm sure right now some of you still have doubts. 500 a day. Don't
More
worry,
than
when the time
that.
comes, you
More
do.
than that.
Don't worry, there's no need to talk. When you applied up to the extent that the application will revert back to you and tell you, Auntie, you have applied before. That's how it was for us at some point. So honestly, it's only anybody that is outrightly lazy, that doesn't want to do anything, or was not even inspired to come on this platform, that will not leave here beneficial. So thank you really so much for sharing. And another thing that really captured me, Shegun, was the interview. When you know something too much, an interview becomes a chat. So most people within Blue Sky that got, jobs and everything will tell you that same effect. You will get to an extent that you will be so equipped and knowledgeable that when you're having it to become a chat. But guess what? When somebody else listens to it, they'll tell you this is not a chat, this is a proper interview. But it feels like a chat to you because you are well equipped. You understand? It's like two QAs talking, or two actors talking, or some. You see how they will talk normally because they're in the same frequency. So you are just at the right place. Check 30 seconds, shoot.
I'm sorry to take your time. Somebody just asked a question, and I just want to clear. He said,
Okay.
"Did you start with automation?" Before I answer that question, there's one thing I love Blue Sky for. We are given the leverage in case you want to learn manual testing and automation. I learned both in Blue Sky. In fact, they started with manual testing. They also have another section for automation. So although there are people that feel like, oh, I'm okay with manual right now, but somebody that is eager to learn more, personally, both manual and automation. But currently at work, you won't believe I'm doing both at work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shegun, for responding to that straight away. Thank you. And thanks, Adezi, for asking that question. So we'll move straight to this next person because we still have four other people to do. So, and we need to listen to all of them. So the next person I'm going to call now, okay, like how I said, Uzo, she's master BA, Shegun is seasoned. Nathan, I can't give him any qualification yet, other than he's a full force on his own. He literally just finished his internship on the 7th, 10 days ago. So I'm happy for you to share your testimony, Nathan. Are you ready for us?
Yes, allow me. Thank you very much. Allow me.
Your time
I hope you
starts
can
now.
hear
7
me.
minutes max.
Sorry?
7 minutes max. Your time starts now.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Um, I I think everyone, you've had a lot. Just to sort of like buttress on what my senior colleague Shegun just said just now. Because believe it or not, he was also a mentor for me uh, when we were on training. So my background is pretty much I've been in retail for a while. So even up to the fact that I was a manager in retail, but I just wanted something different. And so a friend of mine who used to lecture on Blue Sky Citadel introduced me to Blue Sky. So initially she said I should go on YouTube and I should just go on YouTube and start watching content that Blue Sky had on here. So I went on there and I was watching. Then I said, okay, you know what? I would register for the course. I registered for the course. And believe me or not, immediately when the program started, um, all our sessions were recorded. We started off with, and by the way, it was QA. So I actually took the QA course, which is the software testing course. All the lessons or training we had was recorded. So if at any point you feel you didn't really get something in the session, you could go back and go and watch it and just go over again. So we progressed from manual, did some manual testing on the projects that I was assigned to. And the great thing is I was able to sort of like work with like-minded people on the projects. So a lot of amazing BAs, Scrum Masters, and the mentors as well. So we always had someone to always go back to and ask questions at any point if we had any questions. So and we progressed and we started automation. Automation it became a bit tricky initially, but to be honest, the most important thing is automation. You have to just keep going. You have to go over it and practice and practice. And then we had my senior colleague Shagun. He came on, and the way he explained the automation steps and how we could go about it, because he related it, because he likes food a lot, so he related it to food. So and everyone was able to understand what he was saying. It was really, really good. And then we had other mentors that we could also drop a message, and they all gave us different sort of like tips on what we could do and which way we can go about it. It was really good because and now immediately I did that. I was able to now sit down. I was looking at jobs because Mr. Deji went through like a session with us on how you could apply for roles, the best way to do it, and went over the CV. So I sat down and I just put my CV together. And believe me or not, I sent it across to him but as usual, I never send things the right way. I sent it the wrong way. But he said I had to upload it. So I went to go and upload it. But I just thought of it that I've gone through everything Mr. DJ has mentioned. I might as well just put my CV out there. So I put my CV out there. And what I always did was every single role that I found online, I would adjust my CV according to what they want. So I would look on there and just see what the job description was, and then I'll adjust my CV and I would submit. And trust me, I applied. Initially, when I started applying, I didn't get any callback. All I just used to get in my email box was, sorry, we've gone ahead with a different person. I said, you know what? I will continue. So I just kept going. Every weekend, I re-upload my CV again. And then all of a sudden, I just started getting calls. So I started getting calls. So I've moved from one step that I wasn't getting calls to where I was getting calls, and then I moved to the next step. After my first calls, I had an interview, and they said, "Oh, sorry, they were going ahead with someone else." I said, "Okay, fine." I just kept going. So the next set of calls I had, um, I noticed that I was progressing because what I was able to do was relate to the life projects that we were handling on the training, I was able to just go through everything that we're doing on there. And this is typically what you would do at work. So I was able to go through it and explain. And then I found out that I was getting next step. And then I got the final stage. So all of a sudden, the role I just got, I just secured a role. When I was going to go for the final interview, I messaged my tutor and said, I've got a final interview. This. And she said, just go over everything that you've done at work. I mean, on the project, and just explain to them that I'll be fine. So I just went over everything, watched the videos over again, and then I went for the interview. And the next thing I just heard was within 3 days, they just called me back and said, "Oh, the role is yours." I was like, "Okay." So I want to encourage someone out there. The truth is, you have to keep going. And Blue Sky has been a great part of my success because of the hands-on experience I had when I had my training, and just were able to work on real-world application because we had 3 projects that we worked on, and I was able to just go through all the things on there to help me in terms of perfecting my skills and everything. And it was just really good. The fact that we also had enough people to sort of like help. Blue Sky is like more of like it's a network of professionals that'll be able to help you. And even when you get your role, you still have that network there that you can always reach out to. I've been able to sort of like build a bond with most of those I had my training with, and we still stay in touch. And that's what we're going to continue doing. And also, I'm sure Olami will probably testify to you that I'm always messaging her, asking her questions. And she has been really helpful. She always responds, even if she can't do it immediately, she will respond later. And she's taking out of her time some days as well to call me and tell me she's at work, but she'll call me and just explain what I need to do. And I just want to say a massive thank you. A massive thank you to Blue Sky and also to all the tutors on Blue Sky. And also, I'm probably dropping this. I've not said this before because no one else knows. I also got offered the second role that I applied for as well. Thank you very much. So I don't think there's any more I can tell you. The most important thing is you have to keep going, keep applying. In fact, if you check my email box, you will see loads of emails of rejections. Well, I just delete them. Well, once they reject, I just delete them. I delete them. But then I always apply in bulk. So I don't apply just one, I apply like loads. So when I get like all the emails back, it's always loads of emails and rejections. But then now with Blue Sky, I've been able to secure 2 roles, and I just need to decide what to do with the second one. So allow me, I hope I was able to stick to 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
That's fine. You know, sometimes when these things start, it's almost impossible for you because you know the passion that you're talking from. So I understand. So actually, Nathan is one of the people that, you know, I'm very proud of. This drive is all by himself, honestly. Honestly, I take no small glory on it. True Blue Sky and all by himself because the drive was more from him. He will reach out, he will tell. In fact, yeah, this second one that he said he got, even as at last week, he was still deliberating. Are they going to give me? Are they not going to give me? Should I pick this one? Should I not pick this one? You know, he was choosing what to. You understand? It's something of joy. I saw Sheko's message now that everything is double double. You'll be surprised that most times when your role comes, you will have like 2 or 3 options. You now be, and honestly, to some people now, you think that probably you just got Richardson and Sons company. No. Think of any blue chip within UK. Those are the jobs. It's blue chip companies that I'm talking about. I just don't want to mention, but very good organizations that, you know, those organizations, when you enter, you're there to balance for the next 30 years. Nobody's going to hold you. Those are the kind of organizations that he got. And not small packages, good packages, you understand? So it's your drive. Just keep pushing, and I can't overemphasize that the sky is your starting point. I can't overemphasize. When you lazy out, trust me, if you don't send out your CV, I can assure you that I won't come and give you a job now. You heard him right. He's just a new exiting intern. He was sending out the CVs in batches, not the one that you just send 2 or 3 in a day, or even some people even stretch and do 5. Think of it. If you send out 5 CVs, most likely people might not even reach out to you. But if you send out 100, I keep saying it, one mad agent or one mad company will say, let me even reach this person safe. Let's see. So send out in battalions. You will get a load truck of rejection, but inside that rejection, you see one that is for you, that is ready to take you all the way. But really, 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 thank you for sharing, and really well done, Nathan. Thank you so much. So we'll go to the next person. Hey, oh God, because of time, I cannot do my swag. And B for Bola. You know when somebody is too deep, Bola, please, small, small. Don't bulldoze my people. Just small, small. Don't
No,
bulldoze my people.
no
Okay.
problem. I'll be very, very quick. And I'll even put a timer on my phone just so
Okay.
that I can remember. All these
All
people
right.
like Olusegun that said it will be quick. They took like 20 minutes. Anyway, we'll talk later. But yeah, just thank you so much for this opportunity. Again, I'm sure like we've already heard what everybody is saying, that Blue Sky is a different kettle of fish, and what is really interesting that you will see, I would say, in the last couple of years there's been an increase of, I'm going to say, quote unquote, training providers teaching you how to do Scrum, software testing, etc. But Blue Sky is above all of them, and it's because they're not just trying to take your money and say, okay, give you little. They're giving as much as they can give. And what I would encourage those that are about to take up this opportunity is take as much as you can take, and the only way you can do that is putting your effort in. So long story short, it was initially my husband that did the internship in 2022, and he was talking about Scrum Master. I said, which one is Scrum? Like, Scrum sounds quite negative, so I was really confused about it, and I was like, okay, no, you go and do it and talk to me later about it, and then we can see what we can do. So I come from an educational background as a teacher, and that's literally all I've known. And to now go into IT sometimes seems very complex, and like a lot of people said, a lot of jargon. And I was like, okay, how will I be able to do it? But anyway, through the encouragement of my husband, I thought, let's give this a go. Worst case scenario, I do it, and then I've still got a job anyway. I've learned something, so nothing ever goes to waste. And it was intense. It was very, very intense. But I'm the kind of person that I learn by doing, and this internship is about doing, is about practically getting stuck in. Even though I didn't know what sprint planning is, or capacity planning, or this and that, I will just do it and put myself forward to do it, and get your hands dirty. And it was a journey, and it was a really good journey, and I thank God for everybody in the platform, because like I said, there are many training providers out there, and I say quote unquote training providers, that it would take maybe 3 times as much as what you want to pay for this, and you won't even get 10% of it, and you will not get the support from those people that have gone before you, that are kind of there to support you and to guide you and to kind of help you as well, in terms of things that you don't understand, going back to them to get that knowledge that you need. So I would just encourage you. Like, I didn't know nothing about RT, nothing. And initially, when you go to those first lectures, you're like, what kind of English are these people talking? Like, I don't understand this. I have no clue. But be determined that you want to make the most out of it. So to cut the long story short, looking at my timer there, I continued on. So I was able to successfully to graduate in April last year. And then the job search began. So it's not just about being in part of the getting the training, but they want you to get that job. And like they said, people were getting the jobs within those 3 months. And it's amazing to hear Nathan's testimony and been able to get that job, and only just graduating the other week. And people in my set also were getting jobs in that time. It was not my story. I wanted to have the job before I graduated, but I was determined to continue going on. So I went on to the advanced platform. And like I said, they supported you with interview prep, with CV writing, and again, still learning. And I think even in this IT world, what we learned last year in my set is different from what you guys are learning or the last set. But within that, I'm still tapping in to that and making sure that I'm getting the information that I need to better myself. So I went on this journey for applying jobs. And like Olusegun has said and Nathan said, just apply. Even though you don't know A from Z, maybe you know A to B. As long as you know A to B, that's something that you know. So I just kept on applying, and with the support of the mentors, with interview prep. But towards the end of last year, I was able to secure a job. And I just really thank God, because I was really in a position that I was comfortable within the teaching profession. I could have easily stayed there and retired there, but I wasn't happy in terms of my work-life balance, and I knew that I wanted more. And I didn't allow my comfort zone to cage me, to stop me from making that progress, to making that step out of, yes, into the unknown. But I was able to secure a job as an ADM, even though I did my training as a Scrum Master. And it's just been a totally different thing in terms of work-life balance, in terms of opportunities. Even today, I went on an event today, and I was just able to surprise the kind of people who I was in the room with, and it's only because of this platform that enabled me to connect with people, enabled me to see the potential that I had within myself, and to support others as well. So in this journey, not only have I been able to secure a job, I've also been a buddy and also been a mentor. And that, again, I think really feeds into my teacher side of being able to pour into people and to be able to support those on their journey. So last thing I would say, if you're kind of thinking, shall I not? Why not? Why not? Yes, you may not know something now, but I'm sure if we come and speak to you by the end of the year, you'll be in a different position to where you are now. And again, just to continue with the personal development, continue kind of tapping into everybody that is at your disposal, because this is the time that you have now. And I really love what Lam says. Sky is not even the limit, it's just the beginning. And what I really love is that we're empowering like-minded people. In the event that I went to today, there was literally only 3 Black people within that room, and I was the only Black woman within that room. So there is space out there. So we need to kind of make our stance to make sure that we are amongst those leaders within the IT profession. So that's my story. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Bola. If I know that anyone is going, you see, let me lay background. You see, Scrum Masters, we try to keep the time our best. ADMs, PMs, we try to keep the time, and she just showed, her swag. Let me have others that wasted time. Thank you so much, Bola, for sharing. And there are some key things that she mentioned, like the different dynamic world that we are in. Things are dynamic. So that's why what they were learning last time will not be what you're getting full. Of course, there's always some basics that are the same. But because of the volatility of the world, you keep learning different things. That's why you see us mentors, bodies, we stay. So we are also learning while we're giving. We're also learning while we're giving. So it's very important to mention that. And another thing that she said that struck me was everybody's story is different in Blue Sky. For example, Nathan already got his role, whilst just before, graduation. Some of his friends have not gotten theirs. Some of his friends will get theirs by the end of September. Some will get theirs in October. And guess what? Some will get theirs next year, March, some February. Our stories are different, but just keep doing what you need to do. Try your best, put in your best, and you will achieve something. Where the issue comes is when you try month 1, month 2, then you put in the parking lot, then you're on your own. Nobody's going to come knock your door to say, come take this job. So you need to keep pushing. You need to keep driving. So thank you so much, Bola, for sharing. Always spot on. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. So we have 2 more people and I really want to touch them. So apologies in advance that we're going to exceed time. Okay, I'm already breaking the Scrum Master rule. Okay. So we're going to go quickly Rexford, and then after Rexford, we'll just have Moji to round off for us, and then we'll quickly go through the timetable. Rexford, keep it short. Thank you.
Allow me, I'll need 3 hours for this now.
Hey, God, 3 hours. Oh, God, who did this to me tonight? Please shoot.
Good evening, guys. My name is Rexford, and I welcome you all to this call tonight. Because I quite remember a few months ago, I was also on this call, listening to others, listening to their testimonies, and I'm very honored, to be here tonight to share my journey with you guys from blue sky to the professional world. So it all started months ago when I went for a seminar and I met this gentleman. We got into a conversation. We spoke about life. We spoke about a lot of things, and we spoke about technology, how IT has made impact in this like times. We spoke about softwares and all that. I and he told me about software testing. So it was a random conversation that came up. He told me he's done a software testing course. I didn't even, as at the time, I didn't know there was anything called software testing. I knew there were software, we have Facebook, blah, 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 and the others, but I didn't know we test these software. I didn't know there was anything called software testing. And I was like, okay, out of curiosity, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. I mean, he told me like great stuff about it. And he was like, okay, he can get me the contact details of the place he done his internship, his training, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool, that sounds great. So he gave me the contact details. I spoke with I don't want to mention the name. I spoke with the people, registered for the program. And with this place, when you register for the program, they actually give you like artifacts or an introductory call, list of mentors on the platform, people who have been through the training. So you can call them, ask them any questions, stuff like that. So I took a random name, called this person and told the person about what I'm trying to do. Like I've I've I want to get on this course. What does he think? Is it something that he thinks is a good career path? Blah blah blah. We had a good conversation, and he told me that, you know what, Rexford, I've been through this course, I've been through this platform, but after I went to a different platform, which is Blue Sky Citadel. But I'll advise you to, as at the time it was, I think during winter time, it was during November thereabout. So he told me that they've already started their winter session, but I advise you to wait because they have another one in January. You can join. I've been there. It is great. I mean, he said wonderful, great things about Blue Sky. I was like, you know what? There is no way I'm gonna miss this opportunity. So I had to drop out from the place I was initially going, and I came on this platform. When I came on this platform, as at the time, everything was new to me. It was a lot. Due to work balance and this cause, I was like, can I really do this? It was a lot, but there were people to support from admin to mentors to tutors to like everyone on the platform. I can't emphasize enough on that. I, my mentor, I think one of my mentors is actually on the call. I can see her name. I'm just gonna wrap up, talk about some of the things she did for me. You know, so when I started, it was a lot, honestly. Training sessions, um, new terminologies. It was a lot of things, but by the help of the mentors, the tutors, they help with everything from getting your CV done, interview prep. I quite remember there was this time I was having this difficulty doing something, and I reached out to one of the mentors. We stayed on the call like all night, like till 4 a.m. in the morning. I was exhausted. I was like, I have to go work in the morning. She was like, no, you have to get this done. You need to get it done. That's how people are willing to help. Uh, and you don't only get to learn, for instance, if you're a QA, if you're a BA, you don't only get to learn that, you get to learn a lot of things. There's an advanced platform. Um, you learn develop software development with on a platform. I've had the opportunity to develop applications that are in production. People are using it and all of that. So it's a really great platform. In terms of getting your CV done, interview preps, I had people who took me through. There's I always say that we are still babies of this platform because they still take care of us. There's like well-being meetings, there was prayer meetings. I mean, everything you can think of. So yeah, throughout the internship, by the grace of God, I graduated. And after a few months, I was one of the lucky ones, but also by the grace of God, few months after, not more than 3 months, after the internship, I landed my first role. And yeah, now, we have, because of the platform, the help we got here, the effort we put in. It's not going to be easy. That's one thing you have to know. I mean, everyone on the call have said very like nice things. They went through the internship, they got a job, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But what you guys have to understand is it's not going to be easy. It's you need it, like you're gonna put in a lot of hard work because nothing great comes easy. That is what you understand. That is what you have to understand. But the good thing is you have people to see you through. You have people to help you, help everywhere. I'm one thing I want to add as well. I'm one person who I'm very shy. I'm a very laid back person. I found it before this program, I couldn't even like talk to people. I wouldn't have been able to speak to all of you on this call, but the people here will help you with their presentations, a lot of stuff. I mean, as I can't say all, but you guys would experience it because there's a saying that seeing is believing, or experiencing it is you guys will get to understand. So yeah, I welcome you all, guys. We are here to assist whatever you guys need. Feel free to reach out. And yeah, thank you, Alumni. I think that's pretty much it. And you have the opportunity. I mean, you have friends who work in great organizations. I have friends who work in, Barclays, Lloyd's, Range Rover, the range. You'll make great connections. You'll make lifetime connections. So yeah, you guys are at the right place. And I wish you guys all the best.
Thank you, Rexford. Thank you so much for sharing. Sometimes when people speak, I always just flash back, like, because all these things that he's saying, it's not how many months ago, it's not more than one calendar year, just a couple of months ago, because some people will be thinking this must have happened in 1920, no?
Yeah. A few months ago, yeah, not too long.
Months ago. So the thing is, you heard him. He has fresher mindset about it, about saying something must give, like the stress. He can really relate to all the stress and everything that you will go through, whether you want to or yes. I always say that thing that something must give. When you're doing this internship, there will be a bit of a struggle. Just know, prepare your mind now. This first 1, 2, 3 weeks, you'll be cool. It'll just be, you're jumping in, jumping out. But as time goes on, you see that there will be a bit of stretch, but you need to keep going. You need to keep encouraging yourself. And there's one thing they usually says, if you know you're feeling a bit down, you even mentioned it yesterday, feel free to reach out to any of the admin, or you reach out to the part of, start from the admin, because there's always a chain of line to these things. Let's try and encourage you, because sometimes you need to encourage yourself to keep going. Something must give within these 3 months. And for those that are doing for 1 full year, you need to apply yourselves and put your minds to it. So really, thank you, Rex, for sharing. And there's one common thing that's been common from the first 5 people that have spoken now, which is help from the platform. If there was no help on the platform, trust me, somebody would have skipped mentioning it. That help, me, in my own time, I was running away from the help, in the sense that when help is too much, and I'm trying not to exaggerate, and I'm not trying to be funny, but when help is too much in the midnight, I say, okay, I'm done. Shebi is this Scrum Master. You people should leave me. Let me go. I'll be the one begging to sleep. On the night of my interview, I'm the one saying, Shebi, I have an interview tomorrow. Let me sleep, because the people that are ready to drill you to help you out. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't think that's what will happen to you. It will not happen to you if you don't seek for it. Please note that it's something you need to stretch for. Honestly, really, Rexford, thank you so much for sharing your testimony. So we'll go to the last person, Moji. She give us a wrap up before we quickly have a sneak peek at the calendar, and we'll share the calendar for her to give us, a total overview of of, she okay, let me just leave it at that. Moji, are you ready for us? Hey, no, Moji, you cannot just be ready. I need to do my DJ thing. Now Moji is a seasoned, where is the word? Somebody should help me. Moji is not just a mentor, not just a friend, not just she is that person that you will not want to do without in this your journey. Whichever role you are from, anything, she will guide you. She's also part of those that can sweetly remind you to get your to stop. Okay, go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Moji. Thanks, Laomi, for the privilege and the opportunity to share with everyone. So, good evening, everyone. Like I said, the name is Moji, and I work as an agile delivery manager. My journey to my new role was one of discovery, motivation, and empowerment with Blue Sky Citadel and with Rich Icons, which we, fondly call the advanced platform, and with the help of God all the way. So it was a journey I started by enrolling for Scrum Master course with Blue Sky Citadel some few years ago, where from a technical novice, I was trained and empowered into becoming, should I use the word, moderate tech savvy, if there's any word like that. I was empowered in understanding the IT world and having an agile mindset. Okay. Not only in relation to work, but even I was able to apply that to every area of my life generally. So during the internship, we were provided with both theory, which I will say is the knowledge that is, the basic knowledge we need to know what the role is all about, and then the practical aspects. And that helps us to apply the knowledge to that has been given to us. So in a sense, I can say it's both training and work experience at the same time that we had. And there were mentors all through the internship, who we could reach out to. And even if, when we're not reaching out, they're reaching out to us, to help us, to support us, all the way. So they're not waiting to say, oh, I'm going to wait until they reach out to me. Even when they don't hear from you, they're concerned and they're reaching out to you. I've not heard from you. Is there anything the matter and all that? So that would be for, the shy ones or the ones that feel, I don't want to trouble anybody and all that. If you don't trouble, they will trouble you. So I had the opportunity not only to learn from my Scrum Mastering role, but I was able to join other roles also within my team when their mentors are, fixed time to explain things to them, because I thought as the team lead and all that, I needed to know a bit of what other roles are all about. And during those meetings, normally I'm supposed to be there as a silent observer, just learning things and all that. But during those times, I'll get curious and then I will ask silly questions, questions that even to my own ears, they're silly. But guess what? They won't laugh at me. They won't ignore me. They will indulge me, even though they are not my mentors. So I'm talking about joining the Bs, maybe when their mentors are explaining things to them, or even the keyways when their mentors are explaining things to them. And then they would patiently explain things to me. And this has helped me, build a bit of skills in all those roles, have knowledge and a bit of skills in all those roles that has afforded me the opportunity to step into one of those roles when the team member had an emergency, I was not around, and I was able to help them complete the task that has been put in the sprint for them. And this happened still during the internship. And that skill is still part of my professional attributes even till today, which I'm still using at work. So it's not just about my Scrum Mastering role, it's also about other skills that I've picked up, and what you have in your brain, what you have in your memory, what you've attained. No one can take that, kind of away from you. And then my journey progressed into, after graduation, to the advanced platform, where my 3 months practical training from Blue Sky Citadel is now further developed and well refined to give me the confidence and make me a better me. And I use the word is instead of was, because I'm still on the advanced platform. I'm still growing, getting more confident in with new knowledge and skills that we're still learning, or I'm still learning, and others also that are still learning in our community of guilds and other community, even with the general meetings that we have on advanced platform, always learning. Last no, last Saturday I just learned another thing from Deji. Something was said, and the normal me won't normally just go out and ask question on a group meeting. It's not my thing. But after being through Blue Sky and the advanced platform, I don't see any question as being silly question. I don't know it. I open my mouth, I ask, and they provide the answer for me. So I too, I can go out that thing I've learned, and do a swagger with it and start putting it in words when I'm speaking, to techie people, engineers, and everything, so that they know that, me too, I have arrived. And I didn't learn that at work. I learned that because I'm still part of Blue Sky Advanced Platform. And then, with other life's commitment and distractions here and there that our mentors, everyone has, the support from DG, Lady Pat, and the esteemed advanced board never for once shifted. They had their own commitment, they have their own work commitment, family commitment, all that. But that never shifted the commitment they have for us. They're always there, always chasing us. They brought out the potentials in me that I didn't even know I had, and they honed those potentials with guidance and encouragement. I was given challenging roles and tasks to carry out, mentored into upskilling myself in those roles. I put my trust in their guidance and in God, and the result is my job, one I didn't even dream about. Like I said, I came in for a course in Scrum Mastering and ended up getting a job as an agile delivery manager. That can only be because of the motivation, the support, the refining, the pruning, and everything that they did, to get me there. Safe to say that I got more than I bargained for in a good way, if I can put it that way. Now, having said that, and thank them. I appreciate them, still appreciating them, grateful to them, for all that. But let me now bring it home. Both Blue Sky Citadel and Advanced Recycle Advance are platforms where you prove your worth based on your focus, commitment, and hard work with full support. So the support is there, but you need to, it's like putting something in the ground and then it grows because of the other things in the ground that helps that thing to grow. The soil, the nutrient in the soil, the watering, the sun, all those stuffs and everything. But imagine if nothing had been put in the ground, then nothing grows, isn't it? Even though all those nutrients and all those materials are there. I'm still here because I'm still gaining, and most importantly, because I'm giving back to the community that has assisted me in realizing and achieving in a field I would never have dreamt of venturing into. Permit me to say that you can only get out of it, like I said, what you invest in it. It's like a farm full of food to be harvested. The number of baskets of produce you bring out displays the amount of time you have put in into harvesting what you need. You're here to harvest what you need, what you get out, where you get to, what you learn, and what you acquire out of it determines how much you want, how much you want to invest in getting at what you want. You will be supported, you will be guided, you will be encouraged, you will be motivated, but you will not be spoon fed. So you will not sit and somebody, you know how spoon feeding is when you have a baby and all they do is just open their mouth and you're putting it in. No, you have to put in the work also. Because we won't be, helping you at all if we do all that. If we spoon feed you, give you, do everything. It's not even possible for us to do that. You can take a camel to the river, to the stream. You can't force it to drink. It has to drink by itself, even though you've guided it to, the river. We need you to be proud and self-satisfied with your accomplishment at the end of your internship. And above all, to confidently sit before your interviewers during your job interview and deliver, because you have that wealth of knowledge, you have those wealth of skills to be able to do that. Now, are you reluctant? Do you feel, this might not be for me because you've heard so much and you're like, oh, they're there already and now they're up there and everything. We also heard this when we came in. Rather than letting it scare us, we allowed it to motivate us, to encourage us, to bring that curiosity out of us that, okay, so I want to get this that they are saying, I want to get there also. So please don't hesitate. The platforms are set, the resources are available. Take that step to your career development or your career change path, and you won't regret it. You're at the right place and at the right time. This is the time for you to get it. And I wish you all the best. We're in it together. Remember, you are starting the internship. We're starting the internship because we're a team and we're doing it together. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Moji. I just dropped mic. Bam. Nobody saw me dropping mic. I just dropped mic. Thank you so much, really. I don't think there's much I can add right now by saying you're at the right place. You heard everything. You heard from everyone. And the only thing I'll just probably like to add is sometimes it's always good to also share oneself. Sometimes when I look at it during my own time, I always look at it that how will I do it? Because it's some of the things that plays in people's head when they join. But by the time I share, whenever people meet me one-on-one to say, they are tired, how do they do this? Then I always remind them that in my own time, when I started my internship, I was 8 months pregnant. My school was in London and I stay in Coventry. I had a 1.5-year-old daughter, almost 2-year-old daughter. What else? There's work by the side like that. And I still went through the internship. So I always tell people that if I did not die going, because to get to London, then there's no car in the matter. So from one bus to another bus to another bus before I get to a train. No, from one bus to another bus to another bus to drop the kid, come back, get the train in London, come back like 2, 3 times within the week. And you come back at night to do blue sky. You are a wife, you cook, you are this, making sure everything works together. So I always tell people that if small me that I don't have power, if I can struggle through it, there's nothing in deterring everyone. So where I'm going to now is that some people will say probably they have personal issues or they're not able to continue because of this. If you check deep down, it's just that you feel the work is much. Like I said earlier, something must give. So please encourage yourself first before you can even think of saying you want to start this journey. If you know you cannot start it, don't start it. But guess what? If you want to pack this journey to the side that, okay, maybe I'll do it in January, guess what? All the factors that are affecting you right now, that you cannot do it right now, will still remain in January because you're not going to stop working in January, right? You'll still be doing whatever work you're doing at the moment. Your children are not going to disappear. Your husband or your wife, they are not going to disappear. The extra jobs or anything, they are not going to disappear. So all those factors will remain the same. Why not do it now once and for all? So this is specifically for those that are yet to register or not. If you know you want to start, this is the time. Don't make a decision 2 weeks' time when we've already delved into the internship more. Do it now. Your starting point is now. So, and I hope with everyone that has spoken today, you've been able to get 1 or 2 juice to encourage yourself that this journey, everybody started as a novice and they are all in different organizations, soaring and doing very well. So thank you, really. Thank you to all the mentors, tutors, bodies that have spoken, because guess what? We have bodies that actually did testimony too. So thank you, everyone. So starting with Uzo, thank you. Thank you so much, Shegun. Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you, Bola. Mwah. Thank you, Rexford. You're my guy. You know now, you're my G. And thank you so much, Moji, for the wrap-up. So that being said, thank you so much. So that being said, I will transition straight into the schedule.
Sorry, we can
You
start.
have questions?
We can start a new one anyway.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, it's fine.